I'm Richard Mann. When it comes to long-range precision rifle shooting, you got to have a good trigger and you got to be able to pull it. But the real talent is the guy behind the spot and scope. And here's Gunsite instructor Cory Trapp to give you some tips on working behind a spot and scope.
All right, there are some trade-offs in the positioning of the spotter. Ideal world, you're going to get as low as possible so that you're on the bore line. And if we can, we're going to get directly behind the rifle so that our impact points left and right are true to what we're seeing. The downside to that is it's less good for communications, because if I set up directly behind, I'm further away from my shooter, I have to talk louder, and I can't reach out and touch, for example. So here, I'm set up on the shooter's firing side. That gets me as close to bore line as I can manage, while still being able to reach out and just give an indication left, right, up, down with touch and not having to speak. Once I've got my position established, the next biggest thing is to have a standard phraseology. We have a method here. We start with directing the shooter onto the given target. Right? Once we've worked the shooter onto the target, he establishes his firing position and he tells the spotter, on target. On target is our cue to begin the firing sequence. The next thing that's going to happen is we're going to say, spotter ready. Spotter ready means I have a wind call ready to say, and I'm just waiting for the shooter to be able to shoot. So when I say spotter ready, the shooter takes his last exhalation, takes the slack out of the trigger, has the crosshair quartering the target, and says, shooter ready. The next thing is a wind call, whether that's no value, hold center, or a left or right call in a mil or minute graduation. On the call, the shooter breaks the shot. If the shooter messes up somehow and breaks the shot poorly, he's got to let the spotter know so the spotter can deal with the correction. But if he doesn't say anything, I'm going to watch the trace, I'm going to watch the impact, and then immediately call a correction using the graduations in the reticle on the spotting scope. When I give the hold, I position the spotting scope right where the shooter is holding. So when I see the impact, all I have to do is say what I see. If it landed on the 2 mil mark to the left, all I have to say is left 2 mil. It's that simple. All right, shooter, target, circle plate, driver's side, car at 550. Elevation 8.5 minutes.
On target.
Spotter ready.
Shooter ready.
Right 2 minutes. Right edge. Center hold, no value. Top edge, center hold. Center impact.
So there's some great tips on how to be a good spotter. Thanks for watching, and when are you coming to Gunsite?
Gunsite Academy, originally the American Pistol Institute, was founded by former Marine Jeff Cooper in 1976. It's the oldest civilian firearms training academy in the world, with more than 50 instructors and 26 ranges covering 3,200 acres. Gunsite Academy trains thousands of civilians, law enforcement, and military personnel each year. Often called the Harvard of handguns and the Camelot of the Great Southwest, Gunsite is freedom's backbone.